thought starting a Faceless YouTube channel was gonna be the side hustle of my dreams, creating content without having to show my face, and then it failed terribly. Like many of you, I thought it was gonna be a really good passive income strategy. And after months of effort, I got very little views, very little revenue, and it felt like a complete failure, which, I mean, it turned out being a failure. Even after that failure, I was still able to create an additional income stream that now generates about $25,000 a month in monthly retainers. My name is Matt Maniego. I've been a content creator for the last 15 years, and I developed a system called the Content Automation Engine, a system that'll help you create the content consistently without the burnout. So let's rewind a little bit. So I launched the Faceless YouTube channel. I saw all the ads and all these other influencers that are making faceless channels and their success, and I was like,
yo, I'm gonna do that too. Like, I make content already, and so this should be really easy for me.
And it wasn't. Like, it was very hard. It was tough to crack the code of YouTube on the Faceless side. In wanting to create a Faceless YouTube channel, obviously I had to build a team. That's one of the first steps, and I hired a script writer, a couple editors, and then I also hired a YouTube manager as well as a thumbnail designer. I had a full-on team creating this content for me. Actually, I'll show you guys here right now. So this is the channel. It's called the Live Better channel. I started this in 2022. So for me, the reason why I started it was because we had our second child and I wanted to create a little bit more income without having to sacrifice being on set all the time or actually going out there to create the content for my clients, like going out to shoot. So I figured, hey, YouTube could probably be a good place for us to make a side hustle. And here's the channel. So as of today, there's still 1,400 subscribers, some traction here, but if we go to the analytic, we're not even monetized anymore because it's not active. But yeah, we're still getting some views here, 118 views in the last 48 hours. See, there's only 1,400 subscribers, and the type of content that we were putting out was like in the health niche. Their CTR was not that great. This is the failed channel. I had one video that did pretty good, which is this one. It's got 29,000 views. So that whole process was super frustrating. I was at a crossroads because I wasn't making any money from the YouTube channel, but I was paying my team to create this content. So what I realized was, hey, what if I just took the team and offered the same services to existing clients who needed this service? So I pivoted the team from creating content for the Faceless channel to helping busy creators and businesses and my existing clients to publish their content faster, cheaper, and sometimes even better than what they were producing originally. And that's when things started to move fast. So here's what I did. So I went back to my existing clientele who puts out content regularly, but they were, you know, cutting it all in-house. So I asked them, what if I could cut my post-production costs by 40%? And they said, okay, how? Here's how the numbers worked. So I pay my editors under $100 for a 2 to 3 minute video, depending on how complex the video is, and it'll get done within, 2 to 3 days. Sometimes we could push that to 24 to 48 hours, depending on how complex the edit is. And short form edits, I'll pay between $10 and $30. And again, it depends on how complex the edit is. But the more complex, obviously, that's on the higher side. So on the client side, we would ask for a $2,500 minimum spend. And to them, we would charge between $200 to $500 per video for the long form. And then for the short forms, we would charge between $75 and $150, depending, again, on how complex the edit was. Now you see the numbers and you're starting to get a sense of how I was able to do this, right? So they came back saying, you're gonna give us more for less money. So it was a really easy yes for the first client that I reached out to. And they first started out with about 5 videos for the first month. So that quickly scaled to 10 videos per month. And then at its peak, we are currently generating about 20 to 25 videos for this client at a rate of $500 per long form. And then the short forms are $100. So they're able to hit that $2,500 minimum very easily. You can have the same system for your clients as well. And again, it's very cost effective. In fact, you can still charge what you want to charge your clients and still have this back end. And now your profit margin just gets much larger, right? But that doesn't happen overnight. So building your team is something that takes a little bit of time. For me, it took about 6 months to get a solid team, but that's because I didn't know what I was doing. In fact, you can start this process today and you can start working with an editor in about a few days. So there's nothing really stopping you other than you from doing this. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So you might have heard of websites like Upwork or Fiverr or even Craigslist to find remote workers. But for me and my experience and putting my team together, I went to a website called onlinejobs.ph. And this website, it's a paid website. It's $70 a month. However, you only really need 1 month to find someone. They actually guarantee that you'll find somebody. Otherwise, they'll give you your money back, which is great. So it's been a pretty good resource. And the reason why I trust this resource is because the people who are on this website, they also have to pay to be on the site. So they're pretty much vetted. Right? Like you wouldn't pay to be on a website if you weren't good. It would be just a waste of money. And then for us, we also have to pay to be on the website. So the quality of work that you'll get on this website is just way better. So here, when you get to onlinejobs.ph, you'll sign up for an account. If you want to, you can use my affiliate link down below. But again, I'm not trying to make money off of this affiliate. I just want to show you guys how to create your content without the burnout. So here you're going to type in video editor. As you can see, I've searched for many video editors here. And what you want to do is go to last active and then click a week or less. And the reason for this is because then you'll find people who are looking for work right now. So these are the people who are looking for work today, this past week. And so what I like to do is, instead of looking through everybody's portfolios, my tip for this is to look for people who have nice profile photo. It's more than likely that they'll give attention to detail on the videos that they edit for you, okay? So I'll scroll down, and if I find somebody with a nice profile photo like here, like this guy named Erickson, he spent some time to get actual photos done. He's a graphic designer, video editor, and social media manager. Yes, you can look at their website. That's great. But again, the fastest route is just to contact them. I'll give you a template message down below so that you can copy and paste it. So in the subject, you'll put like video editor. And then here I have video editor as my template. And then here's my template message. And then all you have to do is change the name. And this guy's name is Erickson. And then you would hit send message, right? I'm not going to send this message because I'm not currently looking for an editor. But the process is pretty easy. So you'll do this 5 times. You reach out to 5 different people. You'll probably get responses from 2 to 3. When you get responses, what you'll want to do is give them a test project and pay them for this test project. You're going to give them $10, okay? Sometimes you can get away with 5, but $10 is a pretty like affordable number. For them, it's like, okay, cool, I'll get some money right away. So I like to just pay them up front for the test project or the sample project. That gives me a chance to see how fast they can work, their editing style. I typically have them cut like a reel or a short, something that's under a minute or maybe up to a minute, right? So if you have like a full wedding video, for example, you can have them cut just the first minute. Right? And don't give them all of the footage. Just give them some of the footage. Okay? That's a mistake. Like you don't want to overwhelm them with like a ton of footage. Give them between maybe 50 and 60 gigabytes or something, anything under 100, right? That should get you enough to get you about a minute's worth of content. And so you just want to see how well they perform. Give them a deadline about 24 to 48 hours, but more than likely they'll turn it out the next day. Like most of the people that I've worked with on here are pretty fast and they get the work done relatively quickly. And again, everybody on here that I've actually hired has been pretty good. They've been with me for like the last 2 years. I currently work with 6 editors right now and also 2 virtual assistants. I layer the team so that, you know, there's a whole process there. And again, if you want a step-by-step guide on how to do this, you could download the full content automation engine down below. Currently, we have an introductory price for it, but we're probably going to raise that price soon because this information is just pretty valuable. It gives you everything that you need to know how to run this, where to go, like onlinejobs.ph, the platforms that we use for video review. It gives you SOPs to give to your video editors as well as your virtual assistants. It gives you the types of platforms that we use for project management, as well as templates and contracts that you give to your client. So I was able to scale this out from $0 to $25,000 within 6 months. It was a very easy sell because, again, you're coming in at a very affordable price and you're providing a service to them that they wouldn't have to do. Now they could focus on either their business or just creating the content, right? Because a lot of business owners out there and a lot of content creators, they just want to create the content. Cutting it and editing it is the part that takes time. That's the service that you could provide to them, right? You make it easy, you make it turnkey, right? And you can scale this down. You don't have to start at $2,500 a month. Maybe you could start at $1,000. And then what we like to do is we like to lock in our clients in 3, 6, well, I like to do at least 6-month contracts, but you could start with 3-month contract or even do 1 month at a time, right? The month to month is, I don't recommend it long term because that doesn't give stability to your team. But if you're able to lock them in for 3 months or 6 months at a time, those are the best types of contracts that you want to get into, because it gives your team consistent work, and then you get consistent outcomes, and then it's predictable for you income wise. The reason why I did this was to try to spend more time with my family, right? And how do I do that without being on set, without having to shoot all this stuff all the time, without being in front of the computer editing for 6 to 8 hours a day, right? I want to be able to be there for my kids. I want to drop them off. I want to pick them up. I want to, I don't know, when they're sick, I want to be able to take care of them. And whatever that is to you, this system can help you. If you're a content creator or you're a business owner who's looking to create content and you don't know how to do it, this is a great resource. And don't get me wrong, it's gonna take some time to get up to speed with your editor. It doesn't happen overnight. Again, for me, it took 6 months, but for you, it could probably take less than 4 weeks to have a solid team. So if you're tired of doing everything yourself, just grab the content automation guide down below. That's a step-by-step guide. Like I said, it'll help you guys create content without having to create the content, if that makes sense. So in this content game, you're either going to pay with time or you're going to pay with money, right? So which one are you going to pay? And for me, at least, it made sense to pay the money at a lower rate to be able to create the content for my clients and for myself as well. Like, this video is going to be edited by my team. For sure. We're probably going to be starting a community soon, because I'm starting to get feedback from the people who are using this system that having a community who can always communicate with you is something that's really important. So yeah, just stop wasting time. Stop. Don't waste any more time. Go to the website. If you're interested in how to have a team that leverages AI, click the video that's coming up right now.